Hello students, now we will discuss about respiratory system of cockroach. Respiratory system of cockroach mainly has tracheal type of respiratory system. Type is tracheal type of respiratory system. Respiratory system of cockroach also called as polynucleatic type of respiratory system, because here we see some of the structure, bulged structures. So these entries are called as spiracles. So when any type of organism is having more than 3 pairs of spiracles, such type of respiratory system is called as polynucleatic type of respiratory system. Also called as polynucleatic type of respiratory system. Because of presence of more than 3 types or 3 pairs of spiracles. The same respiratory system also called as polynucleatic type of respiratory system, because all the structures of the trachea or the tracheary type of respiratory system, means here spiracles, all spiracles are functional, so called as holonucleatic type of respiratory system. Respiratory system of cockroach has 3 important parts. We'll write respiratory system in cockroach has 3 main parts. What are they? First one, spiracles. Spiracles are 10 pairs in number. Second one, complete trachea. Third one, the tube-like structures, which are branches-like structures from trachea, are called as tracheoles. Spiracles, also called as stigmata. Next, these spiracles, we said that they are of 10 pairs. 2 pairs are present in thorax region. 8 pairs are present in abdominal region. Here we'll see. So this is thorax region we have written. In thorax we have 3 important segments: prothorax, mesothorax, metathorax. Now, first spiracle. So these are called as spiracles. So first spiracle is present in the mesothorax, second spiracle present in metathorax region. So pairs we said, this is one, this is one. So 1 pair, second pair. We have written 2 pairs are present in thorax region. Next, 8 pairs. So 1 and 2, 1 pair, second pair, third pair, fourth pair, fifth pair, sixth pair, seventh pair, eighth pair. So up to 8 segments of the abdomen of cockroach, 8 abdominal spiracles are present or distributed. So these are spiracles. Abdominal spiracles. So we see spiracles only up to 8 abdominal segments. We'll write that point also. Abdominal spiracles. All spiracles are valvular. During inspiration, these spiracles they keep open, and during expiration, these spiracles they keep open. During expiration, these are closed. During expiration, these are open. Next, they are divided into many tracheary tubes in case of thorax. Spiracles open into many tracheoles in thorax, but there are only 3 branches in abdominal trachea. So all these abdominal tracheary tubes, they combine to form into 3 types of trachea. They form into one complete trunk-like structure. So we can say this is lateral. This is red color. One we will differentiate. Dorsal tracheary trunk. This is ventral tracheary trunk. So we'll write those names. First one, this long edge one, this one is said as lateral tracheary trunk. Second one, which is means disposed to dorsal side of the body just below tergum. So dorsal, we can say here this red color one structures are dorsal tracheary trunks. Dorsal, so here you can say dorsal tracheary trunk. This green color long shaded line like structure, this one we can say those are ventral tracheary trunks. In thoracic region, spiracles they lead into next structure. Spiracles lead into next structure called as atrium. Atrium will be leading into many trachea. So we'll write directly spiracles lead into atrium and next into many trachea. So all these will be joining and forming into a trunk-like region. All these trachea forms, joins and forms into many tracheary trunks. We will see names of some of those tracheary trunks. Example, ventral cephalic trunk, dorsal cephalic trunk, lateral cephalic trunk, many other trunks that lead into different parts of the head. Other many trunks that lead into different parts of head. Next, in abdominal region. Each spiracle and atrium leads into three branches only, three trachea only. What are those three? We'll see names. First one, ventral trachea, that forms into ventral tracheary trunk. Second one, dorsal trachea. Third one, lateral trachea. Again I am repeating, thoracic region has many trachea, abdominal region has three trachea only. Now, they join to form trunk. Now we will give the labels. Here I have written many, so you can write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 I have mentioned. But here I have mentioned only 3. So here we will write labels. So this is ventral trachea. So this red color one is dorsal trachea. This one we can label as lateral trachea. See later this trachea, all this will join to form into one single trunk. So we are telling this is lateral trachea, tracheary trunk. This red color one, dorsal tracheary trunk. Green color one, ventral tracheary trunk. Just to differentiate the parts, I have given different colors. Coming to spiracles. Spiracles are surrounded by chitinous structures. Chitinous means they are made up of homopolysaccharide chitin. Chitinous structure called peritree. Where is peritree? If this is the spiracle, we are talking about this structure, this, which is surrounding the spiracle tip region. This one. Spiracle also has hair-like structures called as trichomes. Trichomes, when air is entering or air is coming up to here, then these trichome-like structures which are present at the spiracles, they work as filtering structures. Spiracles have hair-like trichomes to filter dust. Next. Spiracles, they are leading into these structures, swollen sac-like structures called atrium. These spiracles, atrium, all these structures are having 3 different layers. This is the structure of, here we will write hair-like structures called spiracles. This sac-like structure is called as atrium. Has 3 layers. What are those 3 layers? One is outer basement membrane. Second one, middle single layered structure called epithelium. Third one, innermost layer is intima. Intima is secreted by, innermost one it is secreted by this spiracle thickenings. This one, spiracle thickenings. These spiracle thickenings maintain the shape of the atrium and also the tracheary tubes and prevent from collapsing. Spiracle thickenings secrete intima that prevent tracheary tubes or tracheal tubes from collapsing. Now, this structure is called as tracheoblast or tracheal cell. Tracheoblast. This is also called as tracheoblast or tracheolar cell. Tracheoblast or tracheolar cell. This tracheolar cell, it secretes a fluid that fills the tracheolar tubules. This is nucleus. So the secretion from here, it will be filling all these structures. Tracheoles are not made of intima. Tracheoles are made of protein called trachein. Trachein. All the tracheoles will be now filled by fluid. Tracheoles. So now they are having direct contact with body, all visceral organs. Coming to mechanism of respiration in cockroach. The first step is inspiration. Inspiration means intake of air is called inspiration. Is called inspiration. Now, during inspiration, the thoracic spiracles, they keep open. Abdominal spiracles, they keep closed. During inspiration, thoracic spiracles keep open and abdominal spiracles keep closed. The muscles that are specially responsible for contraction and expansion during respiration in cockroach are called as Ptergosternal muscles. When these ergosternal muscles, they relax, when they are relaxed, the volume of body cavity increases and pressure decreases. So, air is rushed into the body. Through thoracic spiracles. Now we call such type of inspiration as passive mode. Such method is passive mode. So we say inspiration in case of cockroach is of passive type, means energy or ATP is not utilized. Next, when ptergosternal muscles, we can give small diagrammatic representation for this. In case of earthworm, if this is ptergum, this is sternum, these are pleura, and here will be arthroidal membranes. Ptergosternal muscles means the muscles that are touching ptergum, outer skeleton and inner skeleton, like this. These are ptergosternal muscles. So when ptergosternal muscles contract, air from the body cavity is pushed into atrium and next to spiracles for expiration. Here, for contraction of ptergosternal muscles, energy is required. So it is active process. ATP is required for contraction. So expiration process is an active process. So expiration is active process. Now, during expiration, thoracic spiracles are closed and abdominal spiracles are open. During expiration, thoracic spiracles are closed and abdominal spiracles are open. So, oxygen moves into tracheoles and later to body parts. Then, what about carbon dioxide? When oxygen is occupying the body parts, then CO2 moves into hemolymph. Slowly, when CO2 has reached hemolymph, it slowly gets accumulated for expiration near to the spiracles. So when the ptergosternal muscles are contracted, then suddenly this CO2 will be expirated from the body in form of bursts. CO2 gets accumulated at spiracles and is expirated as bursts. Why as bursts? Because in insects like cockroaches, grasshoppers and some other insects also, the type of gaseous exchange, it is not a continuous process. It is a discontinuous process, that is termed as discontinuous ventilation. So we can say mechanism of respiration in insects, grasshoppers, cockroaches is a discontinuous process. This we also term as discontinuous ventilation. So we can say opening and closing of spiracles is influenced by CO2 tension in hemolymph and oxygen tension in trachea. We have to remember one more important point. When cockroach is in rest, then the diffused air along with oxygen, it will be filling all the tracheary tubes and also tracheoles. But when cockroach starts moving, then only there will be some movement in ptergosternal muscles. At that time, there will be contraction and expansion. Then only inspiration and expiration takes place. When cockroach is stable or when it is not moving, then inspiration, expiration does not take place. When cockroach is in movement, then only inspiration and expiration will occur. So these are important points regarding cockroach respiratory system.